We good? Check, check, check.
Yeah, we're good. Chat, just chat for a second.
Chat. All right, so call in today with your questions, 305-865-8668. I want to hear some hard choices that you guys had to make in your life, some sacrifices that you had to make to put you ahead, to put you on track. Because the truth is, anybody who did anything big had to make some big sacrifices. And it's always encouraging to hear other people and some of the things that they've done, because I can learn a lot from other people. So I hope you call in today, because I can learn a lot from you. Let's see. If you have a white Honda 4-door Civic, please move it. Did you guys drive in a... Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Make sure you call in with your questions, 305-865-8668. Make sure you're chatting, posting in your comments below. Dude, I'm getting poofy on the sides, man. I need to get a haircut.
All right, here we go. We are going into the intro now. You'll be able to talk to people on breaks because I don't have you hooked up to the computer, okay?
Hey, welcome to another episode of Young Hustlers. My name is Jarrod Glandt, and today I'm coming live from our studios here in Miami Beach. Talk to you about how you can win, how you can go out and crack more deals out of the park, how you can maximize income, levels of motivation, how you can create the ideal life for you. And this is the show where we do that. Every Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we come here, same spot, same place. My man GC's out on the road. He's getting his hustle on. He's chasing down some whale real estate deals. So today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my story. A lot of you know my deal, my story, where I came from, but I want to help you identify some things that I had in place, some markers along the way that I was looking for, and some things that I actually, proactively installed in my path. That helped me create the situation where I'm at today. And, most of you know that, when I was 26 years old, I came to work for Grant, and I was broke, in debt, didn't really have a lot of skill, but knew that I had potential and was just looking for the right vehicle. And I had like probably 3 or 4 interviews of jobs when I was actually in this time of like trying to figure all my shit out, right? Like most of us, right? You're just in there trying to figure out like, hey, how does my life go from here? I'm 26 years old. It's about that time where I need to start like figuring stuff out. And so I went on some interviews and it just didn't feel right. Like nothing felt good. Nothing felt like home. Nothing felt like it was just a fit for me. And so we talk about the right vehicle, and like you have to be in the right vehicle. That's really that's where my whole story starts. Is I got in the right vehicle. And so for you, what does that mean? It means that you've got to understand like what's important to you as a person. That's why I want to talk a little bit about like your personal culture today and what's important to you. Like the right vehicle supports what's important to you, or maybe helps even define what's important to you, because at 26 years old, I didn't even really know what was important to me. I really didn't have goals that I was focused on every day, because if I did, I probably would have been a lot more focused a lot sooner. And so, for me, it was coming across Grant and seeing, hey, look, this guy works like a madman. He's proven himself multiple times over in business, in life, and in industries, and an extremely highly successful person. And I knew when I came across Grant that he wanted to grow, right? He wanted to continue to grow and expand. That was very apparent from what I could learn from him. So you have to start looking around, like, is the vehicle that you're in right now set up to support that? Growth is important. Would y'all agree with that? Like for me, growth is really important. That's part of my personal culture. Like, I want to continue to grow. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But you need to find out if you are in fact in the right vehicle. I mean, you know, the best advice that I could give you is to come work for us. I mean, that would be the best advice, and it's because I don't know what else is out there, right? I know what I know from where I'm sitting right now, and I know that this company is the right vehicle. This company is a place where people can come in that have skill and ability, who have topped out in other places. I'm talking to a guy right now that we're bringing on board. He's in a company that he's big corporate company, multi-billion-dollar company, making 200 grand a year. And he's crushing it, but he can never get past that. So like, our company is going to be a great opportunity for him to come in and probably double that income in the first year or two because of the opportunity that we give people here and because of the vehicle that we create. So if it's not real for you to come work here, if you're not lined up for that, then you got to start looking at the vehicle that you're in right now to determine, like, hey, can this get me where I want to go? And in order to have that conversation with yourself, you have to take one step back and you have to start talking about, hey, like, what's important to me? And that's where I want to talk about culture. There's a couple key points of culture. You have your professional culture. You know, this could be for a company, defining what those important things are. Like, I'll go over some things that we do here in our company. But it could also be how you interact with your customers. Like, that could be part of your personal culture. The level of service that you provide people, how you follow up, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and then you get into your actual, like, hey, what's important to me? Like, me as a person, not Jarrod as an employee, but Jarrod as a person, and clarifying, like, all of those things. We talk about writing goals out, but I think this is different than goals. I think this is a set of things that you stand for. So I went ahead and I pulled the definition of culture. It's a shared set of values, attitudes, goals, and practices that characterize an institution, organization, or in this case, a person. So, dude, why is this all important? Because it helps you define, like, where you want to go. Like, it gets it all down on paper, right? This building this culture for yourself will also help you clarify your pitch. Like, are you pitching for a job interview? Are you pitching to get a customer? Like, what's important to you? Like, if you are clearly connected with that and you can articulate that and you believe it, you get the third thing, which is a more effective pitch. You build more conviction because you're sold on who you are and what you're about. You know, like I know for me personally, is a company, right? We provide high levels of service. We train every day. We're ethical. We always over-deliver. We take massive amounts of action. We move fast. Production and success are paramount. Like, helping people is our mission and our purpose here. And so when I'm on the phone with a customer, I have zero doubt in my pitch about what we provide as a company because I know it. I'm sold on it. I see it in action every day. We list our culture out and then we execute on it every single day. You don't, you know, we've got some guests here in the office today. Like, they'll see what we promote and we post and we talk about is the exact same thing that we're doing in the office. And so, like, for our company, is a company, part of being the right vehicle is having that continuity in what you talk about and what you actually do. You can't talk about being the best and being service related if you're not providing it. As a salesperson, you can't be customer focused if you're not following up with your customers and you're not providing good support after the sale so they can grow. When we come back from the break, I'm going to dig into your professional culture.
Make 6 to 7 figures overnight as an expert in your industry. Monetize your knowledge, monetize everything you work for, and make it work for you. Russell Whitney, expert in knowledge monetization, has worked with some of the largest brands, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Kevin Harrington, and George Foreman, in building out content that made them kings of their space. Scale your business to a 9-figure brand, sell from stage, create events, build a sales team, and get moving right now under greatest expansion in business yet. Visit Russell russellwhitney.com. That's russellwhitney.com to get started.
There's only one company you need to know in telecommunications, and that's Bullfrog. Bullfrog is so advanced and so in the future, you don't even need a desk phone anymore to run a business. Integrate right now with what you and your employees already pay for, their cell phone. Run an entire business from there, from group chat to monitoring to call forwarding, and we will guarantee that you never experience a drop call again. You can save an extra $60,000 a year with Bullfrog and the plans that they have for your company. And for your free trial, go to bullfrog.net. That's bullfrog.net for your free trial of this outstanding service. Go to bullfrog.net for your free trial right now.
There's only one company to work for in the smart home industry, Skyline Security. Right now is looking for the best of the Grant Cardone following to join their team and expand financially and professionally. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Labeled by Inc. 5000 as the fastest growing company for the last 2 years in a row, you get to protect families, grow your wealth, and join a team of top producers. Skyline is looking for great people. Go to joinskyline.com. That's joinskyline.com to get started on a brand new 10x career path. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Sammy and Lauren Rebstock are looking for individuals motivated to be a part of a team and have a great opportunity to expand by becoming part of a global movement and changing their financial condition. Make upwards of 6 figures and get a job, a career, and a lifestyle that will change your life and give you financial freedom. Sign up now at explorelifevantage@gmail.com. That's explorelifevantage@gmail.com. Sammy and Lauren Rebstock are looking for...
You know, we're talking about culture today. This is Young Hustlers. Every Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we come back here to give you tips and strategies and information on how you can, you know, do better, make your life easier. I've put myself in a position where life is beginning to get easier for me. I'm 33 years old. I've worked extremely hard, part of my culture, my personal culture, right? Number one, I found the right vehicle. And, you know, like I've put myself in a position where like I've been able to produce and be compensated for what I've been able to generate. So, you know, working here in a company where they're like, hey, salespeople can come here and they can make as much possible money as they want. And we give them the ability to do that. We don't cap people based on how much money they make. We're like, if you can go out and kill it, you can eat it. And so that type of culture, that vehicle, that environment has created for me the opportunity to go out and make a ton of money. Like I've been able to, over the last 4.5, 5 years, invest over almost $700,000 in real estate with Grant. And over the last few years, that $700,000 is now worth almost $2.5 million. So like outside of what I do on a like company, like in terms of personal income, like being in the right vehicle and having the right culture has given me the opportunity to make investments, right? Part of that is being in the right vehicle associated with folks like Grant who are like, hey man, you're out here, you're doing the right thing, you're hustling, you have a good attitude, you're ethical, you contribute, you always want to help, you want to contribute to getting the mission and the purpose of the company out into the public. Like I want you to invest with me. And so, you know, that's afforded me a lot of opportunities. So let's take a caller real quick before I get too far into this. Jarrod in Tampa, what's going on? Jarrod, you there?
Hello? Yes, I am. How are you, Jarrod?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Living the dream, bro. How are you?
I love it, man. Dude, we're talking today about culture. We're talking about being in the right vehicle. And we're talking about like how those things contribute to ultimate success. So tell me, dude, are you in the right vehicle right now?
I'm so in the right vehicle right now.
I love that. What do you do?
I sell solar worldwide.
Solid, dude. Solid. So what's your question today?
Amongst other things as well. I don't necessarily have a question. I thought you, I heard earlier in the show that you talked about sacrifices and different types of sacrifices that other entrepreneurs have had to make to conquer their goals.
Dude, I love that. Let's hear it, dude. What'd you have to give up?
I had to move back in with my dad. I had to go 4 credit cards, full maxed out in debt, borrow from my friends, borrow from my family, and just grind it out daily and had to block and unfollow people on Facebook daily.
And what did that do for you?
it cut out all the negativity. It cut out all the BS that I want to cuss on Grant's show. Yeah, it just cut out all that, and people utilize the unfollow and the block button a lot more heavily.
Yeah, dude, that's solid, man. Those are tough decisions to make. You know, I had to do the same thing. I had to give up smoking weed every day. I had to give out going and partying every weekend. I had to give up, you know, eating like shit. You know, I had to give up friends. I had to move. I had to do a lot of the same things. So, you know, that's probably one of the things about the journey that a lot of people, you know, you don't really see. You don't see the choices that have to get made, the hard choices, you know, like the person that you've been friends with for years and years and years no longer helps you or contributes to creating an environment where you can continue to go after and pursue your goals. So that's tough, man. That's really tough. So I want to go back to just like what that culture means, because once you define these things, it can help you understand like, hey, what's inhibiting these? So like for me, I just wrote a list, and you should write the same list. My personal culture, the first thing I wrote down was financial freedom and success in all areas. I wrote a strong relationship with my wife and my family. I wrote health and healthy body, so the diet and exercise, healthy mind, continue to educate myself, being goal-focused and purpose-driven, meaning writing goals down on a daily basis, focus on helping others and being of service, being ethical and honest, you know, being focused on success as a duty, and you know, then I also put, you know, recreation. I like playing golf, so that's important. You know, I want to put that down, but I had to give that up. I had to give that up for years, because it didn't at the time fit, right? I didn't have the time because I needed to focus on education, and I needed to focus on getting the money, right? And so that was one of the things I had to give up. Me and Grant have recently started playing golf. He hadn't played golf for a while, so it's good to kind of get back on track. So let's go to another caller, Natalie.
All right, I got Julian in Maryland.
Julian in Maryland. What's going on, Julian?
Hey, what's up, Jarrod?
Dude, I appreciate the call, man. I appreciate the call. What's a hard choice you've had to make in life?
To move away from home. I'm from Georgia originally, and I've been in Maryland for about 5 years now.
Are you in the right vehicle now?
That's a great question, man. I just got into car sales. I've been for about 5 months. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I've gotten some of your material. I've gotten the Master Auto Sales MP3 package, Be Obsessed to Be Average audiobook. It's 10, you know, but I feel like I'm still missing something, man. You know, so, but you know, that was a big thing for me to move away from home. Yeah. And move here. You know, it took a lot of courage for me to do that, because you know my whole family lives in Georgia.
Yep. No, I hear you, man. But like I had to move to Austin away from my family and do the same thing, and then move back, and then move away from friends. So moving is oftentimes one of the biggest decisions that people have to make. You know, moving to chase the opportunity, moving away from where you're comfortable and familiar. But again, like if you can list out those things that are important to you, financial freedom and success in areas of my life. Can I accomplish that by moving? A strong relationship with my family. Do I need to move in order to do that? Healthy body and mind. Do I need to move to do that? Like you just got to be able to go through the list and figure out like what changes need to be made in my life in order for me to get closer to these things that I have down. In terms of professional culture, like here in the office, we train every day, we role play, we focus daily on production, sometimes even hourly. We're getting sales updates. Constantly monitoring phone calls in the back. These are all things that are part of our culture. We're constantly looking for testimonials from our clients on their wins, and then sharing those with the team. Massive levels of action. We move fast. We're ethical. We deliver on what we say we do. We're growth focused, and we approach success as our duty. So those are some things that are important to us as a company. I've covered a few things that are important for me as a profession. When we get back from the break, I'm going to tie it all together and get you on your path towards massive success.
It takes motivation, trial and error, and a decision to be successful. Drive is required. It's time to get it right. Rethink user experience, rethink the digital sales process, and rethink how you communicate with your customers. Pixel 506 is a digital design agency, marketing, and developing company with one goal in mind. How do you effectively simplify your digital presence to make your prospects do more business, become excited, and never feel confused when it comes to understanding what it is you do? Working with companies like Future Labs, New York Metro Transit Authority, and more, Pixel 506 has successfully grown businesses, increased leads, and created a lasting digital and social presence to drive more revenue and increased ROI. If you want this for your business, you can learn more about Pixel 506 at pixel506.com. That's pixel506.com.
Hey, we're back, Young Hustlers, every Thursday, noon East Coast Standard Time. We are here to give you strategies and information on how you can get ahead in life. We're talking about culture today. Again, like my story, started out with nothing, in debt, chased the right opportunity, got in the right vehicle where I was able to employ my personal culture, which is hard work, ethics, success, growth focused. I was able to employ those to have a lot of success, right? And then over the years, that allowed me to invest in real estate. And then that real estate investment freaking cranked and went, 4X. And so now I'm in a position, like I said, where life's getting easier for me. And so I hope this continues, right? But I know that I have a lot of the things in place that are gonna allow for that, right? Like, it's like a recipe. It's like cooking, If you put all the right ingredients in and you cook the food the right way, it comes out tasting the same way, the right way, the way it's intended to. And so you need to make sure that you're putting the right ingredients into the recipe. And that starts out with, number one, being in the right vehicle. Maybe Cardone Enterprises is the right vehicle for you. Dude, why haven't you sent in a video yet? careers@grantcardone.com. Send us a 60-second video. We're hiring right now. We're hiring in the web team. We're hiring in the support team. We're hiring in the sales team. We're hiring for front desk. We're hiring customer service and shipping. We're hiring basically for every position in our company. Send a 60-second video to careers@grantcardone.com to see if maybe you would be the perfect team member. So you got to get in the right vehicle. You got to clarify your culture, your personal culture, what's important to you. You got to align yourself with a company that shares a lot of those same beliefs, and continue to execute on that on a daily basis. Natalie, let's go to another caller.
All right, you got Brent in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Brent from Lake Charles. Brent, what's going on, man? You there?
Hey, man, how you doing?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Oh, I don't want to get too far off the big subject here. Are we talking about business culture? Are we talking about goals? Are we talking about everything?
Dude, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. The floor is yours, bro.
Okay, well, thank you. I did hear you, part of the show, I heard you talking about focusing on sacrificing what you got to let go to get where you want to be, and how that can be tough. I think that we all should focus on our end goals and rewards that we're going to reap from making those sacrifices.
So let me ask you this. What are you happy with your current situation? Like, are you in the right vehicle, you think?
I think I'm in the right vehicle. I think it may be needing some custom changes, and I'd like to maybe ask a couple questions about that. I don't think any of this, like Grant says in some of his books, he says that it's never enough. Maybe even 10x is not enough.
Yeah, no, I heard that. So, right. Dude, you think you're in the right vehicle. Like, what needs to change, dude? What needs to change?
Well, I'm kind of a one-man show now. I have 3 businesses. I'm a metal designer and fabricator, and I sell products. I design and sell products. So, I market them nationwide and even worldwide for some of them. But I need to scale out, and I need to scale out with sales teams and also other people in the shop, personnel and teammates in the shop. But I'm trying to focus on the top of the line at first to reinvest back into the business. But I'm debating on taking it public and selling stock to help, at least grow one business, and then I can use the fruits from that business to accelerate other new products that I want to bring to market.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you something. When was the last time that you made both a time and money investment to put yourself in a situation where you could be around people that can help you with your problem?
Well, as far as, buying resources, as audiobook, listen to podcasts every day, that's about the extent of it. Sure.
Dude, you need to come to the 10X Growth Conference, because the exact problem that you're talking about right now, the thing that you're thinking with, is the exact thing that we're going to cover the first day of the conference. The first day of the conference is going to be about how CEOs, owners, entrepreneurs took companies that were small and struggling, maybe just from an idea, and built something that does 9 figures or more in annual sales. So, dude, have you gotten your ticket to the GrowthCon yet?
Not yet. I mean, I don't even know when it is. Is it February?
Yeah, February 22, 23, 24, 22nd through 24th. It's going to be in Vegas. So what I want you to do is I want you to call Natalie at 310-777-0255. We're about to announce a special deal on GrowthCon tickets. It hadn't even been put up on the site yet, but if you call that number and you ask for Natalie, I'll make sure you get the first spot before we sell out of the offer that we're going to make.
Well, I appreciate it.
Good.
And yeah, I appreciate what y'all do, and carry on.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
appreciate the call. Who we got next?
All right, we got Alex in Barcelona.
Alex, Barcelona.
Hey, what's up, J Money?
Barcelona. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I just called in. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, what's the question?
Look, I'm selling a small seed, not today. So I had a lot of trouble finding people.
No idea what he's saying.
Finding people to.
It sounded like he was saying that there's a good restaurant in Barcelona called Yamber, and next time I go, I need to eat there. I was actually just in Barcelona, and that was a great restaurant, so if you're ever there, make sure you eat there. Tapas. Let's go to another caller, Natalie. Lucas.
I got Daniel in Dallas.
Daniel in Dallas. Double D, what's going down?
How you doing, my man? How you doing?
What's up, bro? What's your question?
Hey, my man. First of all, thanks so much. I was in the 10X GrowthCon this year, and it changed my life. I highly, highly recommend it for everybody, first of all.
Love it.
And then, do you know, I'm with PHP Agency,
Yep.
Patrick Beth-David, right?
Yep.
And actually, Grant's going to be right there next week, one of our speakers, really happy about it. My question is, what do you think about this company and about Patrick Beth-David?
Dude, I think it's a great company. I think Patrick's a great dude. I think that, it gives you an opportunity to build something substantial. Like, he's the right leader. It's the right vehicle because there's not really limits except for you. Like, they don't put you in a position where they're like, hey, this is the most amount of money you can make. There are people that build really big businesses with inside the company. It's not based on seniority or how long you've been there. It's based on production. So those are some things that you want to look for to be in the right vehicle. Like, when you show up at work, do the things that they talk about as a company or in your office, do those match what those things that are important to you? If you write down what's my personal culture, and then you write down what's the culture within the company that I'm with. Like, if there's alignment there, dude, you're in the right vehicle. As long as you're making money and you're continuing to grow and there remains alignment between the two things, dude, you're set.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I now I understand that scheme about get rich quick and forget it. It's hard work, it's work ethic, and be in the right vehicle. And I love Patrick Beth-David, and Grant Cardone have so much respect for this guy, and that was like a wake up call. They say, you know what? If Grant believes in Patrick, that's it.
Patrick's a good dude, man. Patrick's a good dude. So we look forward to meeting you. Grant will be out in Vegas next week for
16, 17, 18, and 19 in Vegas.
For the PHP event. So if you guys want more information, I think we have some information available on our site.
You can call me 972-821-7279 here in Dallas. And the headquarters.
Where can they find you on Twitter?
and Twitter is Daniel Campos 0 in Twitter, and like I said, Facebook all the time.
Good, brother.
And
Good.
I already got my ticket for 2018 GrowCon. I mean, it's a must. You guys changed my mentality, and it's not just about that, but it's about networking. You know how many people can change your life right there? It was close to 4,000 people in this year. I'm still talking with my friends over there in New York, in Los Angeles, everywhere. So it's not just about the growth, it's about the networking.
Dude, and he made a really good point. So last year we did a survey at the end of, after we finished the growth conference, and we got feedback from everybody on like what they liked best about the event. The first thing was the content and the speakers, but the second thing was all the networking. Like, can you imagine, like, people always say the hardest part is finding the right friends. How do I surround myself with the right people? Grant, one of the things that Grant says was the hardest thing for him was surrounding himself with the right people. And people that you can learn from, and people that will support you and help you grow and not be negative and bring you down. Like, that's probably one of the hardest things in creating like massive amounts of success in your life. Dude, imagine for 3 days being around 8,000 people that are of the exact same mindset as you. They've all traveled to be there. They've all invested. They all want to grow. They all know who Grant is. I mean, I don't think people are buying tickets to not go to, for a conference who they don't know who they're going to go see. So dude, yeah, I tell you, the networking opportunities. We had people getting jobs there. I had a guy that was there. He called me. He got connected with somebody who was putting together a TV show. He got put on a TV show he works in nutrition, and so they did this. It was like a weight loss show, and he got on this like 10-episode TV show from somebody he met at the growth conference. So great opportunity, like-minded people. I mean, I'm telling you, do not miss this. 10xgrowthconference.com. If you want our special deal before we launch it, there's only going to be a limited amount of people that we're going to be able to accommodate with this, but call Natalie at the office, 310-777-0255, and she'll get you set up. So let's go to last caller of the day.
All right, we got Lucas in Australia.
Lucas, what's going on, man?
Hey, Jarrod, how you going?
Lucas, what's up?
How you going?
Yo.
So, basically, I'm in a situation right now. I run a clothing brand, and I'm looking at getting it stocked into stores. I got a summer range coming up for December. It's summer in Australia then. So I'm looking to go pretty ambitious and get 200 clothing stores under my belt. I was just wondering, from a sales perspective, what approach would you take to get store owners in my position to get the clothing like in their stores, because it's a very unique feel, unique product, and most of all, looks awesome.
Like, hey, distribution and making contact points, getting out of obscurity, dude, it all requires one thing: omnipresence. Like, you have to become, it can't just be Lucas, it needs to become 50 of Lucas. And that doesn't mean you need 50 people. That just means that you have to get your commitment level high enough to where, like, literally every second of every day, you're promoting, you're contacting, you're reaching. Like, you literally need to be a bat out of hell. You need to be like the Tasmanian devil spinning through the, what's the big desert in Australia called? What do they call that? The Outback. The Outback, you know? You need to be like the Tasmanian devil, taking things out down there like crazy, all out in all directions, all at the same time, because that top of mind awareness in a crowded, noisy marketplace is the only thing that will give you some semblance of security. Is doing enough and high enough activity with the right pitch to enough people to actually start getting business. So the best strategy is going to be all of them. Phone, email, visits, social, advertising, branding, snail, like literally everything. You got to go out in all directions all at the same time, and you got to do 10 times more than your customers or than your competitors are willing to do. And you have to do the things that they won't do, you know? If they won't do personal visits, then you do personal visits. If they won't do social, then you do social. If they won't do cold calls, then you do cold calls. So you've got to find those things. Those are all your competitive advantages, and so you need to start freaking squeezing the life out of those things. So, look, I'm telling you, it's not a difficult equation. I know no matter if you're just getting started or you're kind of on your way, or maybe you're 40 or 50 and you're like, hey, like I like the young hustle thing, but like, how does that apply for me? Dude, you're never too late to start. It took me 4 years to really start cranking on this, and it was because, number one, I had the right vehicle, Grant. Number two, because I had the right culture, I had the right personal values, I had the right ethics, I had all of that was focused for me. I was in a company that aligned with all of that. And then I showed up and I executed and I worked hard every day. I made the hard choices. I removed things that were distractions. I removed things that were roadblocks. I removed things that were adding time to me getting to where I wanted to go. And now life is getting easier for me. And so if you want life to be easier for you, you just need to sit down and make the list. Like, number one, am I in the right vehicle? Number two, what's really important to me as a person? Number three, what's really important or what's important to the company that I'm with? What are their values? What's their culture? And then, like, am I executing on it every day? Have I made the hard decisions to remove the distractions? You know, you just got to get it down. Like, you have to think about it. You know, you can't just keep winging it. You can't keep waking up every day and showing up and thinking, oh man, today's going to be different. Today's going to change. Like, the simplest things to do are the hardest things, or the simplest things to do are the simplest things not to do. Simple as writing goals. Simple as clarifying what's important. Simple as like determining where you want to be when you're 50 years old or 60 years old. Like, it seems so simple, but if you don't do it, you're not going to have any focus or direction, and you're definitely not going to be able to define your culture and what's important to you. So, like, just take the time to do it. It'll take you an hour. I literally put this together in 15 minutes before I came in here and just wrote some things out, right? Like, but it's good to see it down on paper, right? I write my goals down every day. I think about this stuff all the time. But like, just sitting here looking at this list, I'm like, dude, that is me. That is me. So who are you? What are you about? Like, what do you bring to the marketplace? How strong is your pitch going to be if you don't even know, if you've never written it down? So look, I don't claim to know all the right answers. I don't claim to be a genius. You know, I'm not here to be right or wrong. I'm just here to share with you what worked for me. You know, from broke, in debt, got in, put my ethics and my culture in place into the right vehicle, blew up, invested money, and now life is getting easier for me. So just follow the formula if you want to do the same thing. Make sure that if success is important to you, that your actions reflect that. What do I mean by that? I mean, you got to get committed. In order to be committed, there needs to be a significant investment of time or money. There needs to be a little bit of pain attached to what you're giving up, whether that's money or time, freedom, whatever it is. You have to be able to make commitments that burn a little bit. So, like, I'll tell you for sure, the one thing you don't want to do is miss the 10X Growth Con this year. It's going to be 3 days where we're going to focus on how to build and scale either your company or your current position. Day 2 is going to focus on marketing and branding and social and lead generation and building funnels and e-commerce, search engine optimization, you know, every online advertising, literally everything about promoting and grabbing attention and cultivating leads. The 3rd day is going to be all about maximizing potential professionally, personally, financially, and then taking that back to your team or your environment and creating the space that you need to go out and take down your list of targets and your goals. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, go to 10X Growth Conference, 10xgrowthcon.com. If you want to take advantage of the special deal that we have today, make sure you call Natalie. I hope she gets buried with phone calls. I'm going to keep saying her name, Natalie Restrepo. Natalie Restrepo, 310-777-0255, and she'll get you taken care of. And remember, the only people that condemn the hustle are the ones who've already given up on the hustle themselves. We'll see